Sat Sri Akal, Jambu Sana, welcome this evening and a very fine evening across the globes of UK, Europe, America, USA, Kenya. देश विदेश से लोग जिथे भी तुसी मेरा हेल्थ शो देख रहे हैं, join me in this new series of 2018, taking you to another completely different journey of your well-being and change of lifestyle, and how my new therapies would help you to have a more youthful and elegant skin tone, but also ultimate body performance. Today's journey is collagen. One of the most biggest problems in any human body is collagen. I'm going to give my Desi welcome to Felix, who will be co-hosting these shows with me and really drilling me with questions and probably also inputting his passion and his drive into your health and your well-being tonight. Felix, Sat Sri Akal.
Sat Sri Akal.
Welcome. So it gives you this, talking about health, doesn't it give us some adrenaline?
Absolutely. I've really enjoyed coming over and being a part of the show.
Yeah, and in future shows we'll be also having some more callers to give us some insight of how their change of lifestyle has helped them to feel younger and brighter and vibrancy, and they haven't been to the GPs for 10 years. And those are other people who are knocking on the GP every 2 weeks.
It's profound, isn't it?
Yes, and sitting on NHS appointments under their pillows for up to 6 months before they get a routine call out, you know. So we are burdening the system. But collagen and maintenance of collagen with LED light therapy, youthfulness, elegance, bouncing skin, where it's needed by every muscle, but also the proteins that need to be inside this collagen structure is amazing, fascinating journey. So good protein diet is important, but let's go. You need to fire questions now for me.
Okay, so big one. The topic is collagen. So what is collagen?
It is the main structural protein in the extracellular spaces in various parts of the body in the cellular tissue. So complex is this collagen that it is there like in strands or in streaks, or it's in between the fibrin of your cellular tissue. Importance of collagen is that 25 proteins are found in a mammal. Yeah, in the collagen, 25 different proteins, but 12 different collagen structures are in our skin. So again, we're talking about anti-aging, we're talking about LED therapy. So, you know, if you don't have good collagen, you don't have plumpness, you'll become saggy, you look aged. Your mother might look younger, but because you've had a very much Western processed food diet, while your mother was on traditional diet, or the second generation, certainly some women are still resounding with very good elastin in the skin, while the children are looking older and the gray hairs are coming in quicker. Baldness is a serious issue. Again, hair needs collagen, hair needs keratin, which is part of the structure of holding the hair follicles. But abundant protein that provides us our structural support, and in this proteins is obviously collagen, and the other protein that is needed in the elasticine is the lungs that we breathe. And in the skin. Teeth and bone and skin. You know, the biggest organ of our body is skin. And that connects and supports the whole of the body tissue.
So how specifically does collagen slow down the aging process?
Well, the slowing down of the collagen and the turnover of new skin and cells that degenerate or degrade, they are the ones that lose the collagen elasticine, causing fine lines, causing wrinkling, and those are true signs of aging. So people might think, oh, you know, at 20 I'm frowning and I've got these lines and let me get the best cream. But you and I, both of us know, until we don't feed the body from inside,
100%.
And there's plenty of medicine in your kitchen, in your cupboards, but you need to use them at the right time of the day, and you need to shop with the right foods and eat those two at the right time of the day.
So a good measure for your collagen and elastin would be how quickly your skin is rebounding?
Yes.
If you pinch it?
It pinch, but you shouldn't be having the wrinkling. Okay, that's aging. But yeah, rebounding. But as you age, it thins and becomes more thinner and thinner, and then comes in the wrinkling. So that would be, you know, I'm sure the pictures are going online. The wrinkling would tell us that the collagen has lost its bounce and plumpness and elasticity either through diet and stress and fumes and petrol fumes and agriculture pollution. So I think we need to address this from the age of 20.
Wow. Do you know, we see that in athletes as well. Oftentimes when people move to a more plant-based diet, the impact is so profound in the later 20s.
Yes.
And the earlier you start, the better. But you know, where you get these huge changes and shifts to being much more healthy is as you get older, your body has less adaptation capability.
Exactly, and less production too. Again, if you're compromising on your diet, you're not going to. We do lose collagen, but always a window of repair. Your body every second is losing, and 600 trillion cells are dying, and they're remanufacturing. But where the cells become sticky is because then you have got bad toxins, and your antioxidants, the good foods of antioxidants that is going to keep your body young, are now deprived. Hence the cells start sticking like glue, and so round cells that should be running like a 1 pound coin free floating in the bloodstream now start sticking together, causing abnormal tissue which may become a benign or a malignant tissue that may cause. Those abnormal proteins are the ones that cause cancers then.
Absolutely, and it's very interesting when you look at that. You can make the blood flow more easily by the quality of the diet you have.
Yeah, the viscosity of the blood is so important. That means your red fruits will be touching to the end. So stay tuned through the whole duration of this show, which runs at 9:40 p.m. every Wednesday, and see the number at the bottom for any information, which will be short and brief over the phone. For consultations, again, you need to call that number for further advice. Keep on looking at the number. Withheld calls will not be registered. Always disclose your number. Yeah.
So, Manjit, we talked about collagen, and we've talked about LED light therapies. Can LED light therapies impact collagen?
And certainly. Good question. I think we did this in the very first launch of our health shows, was LED light therapy, which is the red light, the blue light, and the near infrared light. So blue light is a little bit less in its intensity of going into the skin. Red light goes deeper to stop the skin from sagging and aging and helps to promote better collagen. So from working with the skin structure, but not injecting, this non-invasive LED therapy is magical with the near infrared, which is done as a combination. So I could give you a singular therapy, or I could give you a combination. I could give you a veg burger without sauce, and I could give you a burger with sauce. I guess the one with very good guacamole paste or something, you'd like that more. So give something blankety blank to the body will repair, but giving it in a combination combo works much better. So 100% LED light, which is trilight, again, call on that screen number at the bottom, works magical.
So how do stretch marks get formed?
I mean, there's a huge story. First of all, let's just touch on the role of the collagen in the skin. Dermis is mostly what is collagen. 80% of dry weight is collagen of our body. That helps to make the fibrous substance of our new cells. And then also with keratin and collagen that provides strength, resilience, and flexibility to your skin. So this is the intensity of collagen. But again, Felix and my favorite subject, it cannot be there without proteins.
Exactly.
The good amount of proteins. So in question with stretch marks, which is not only for women in pregnancy, this is across the border when men are also having stretch marks on thighs, on the buttock area, the ab, and for women, as a woman is in her pregnancy time, the intensity at which the skin has to stretch the lower abdominal to in the uterus to hold the fetus in the growth period stretches to its maximum. Yeah, but if the woman is not going to take care through nutrition and diet and probably a bit of application of creams which I give, stretch marks means that the network that it has broken down to an excessively terrible loss of collagen, that means that now the collagen has split up and you get those little fine white lines or dark lines that show little streaks. Those are your stretch marks. Can be even on weight loss. When people have had obese weight and when they lose weight, the first thing they have is massive amount of stretch marks and saggy skin. Because initially they had pumped in so many bad fats and bad stodgy carbs, that body weight was just of dead meat or dead tissue. Not dead is in tissue part, but excess fat on the body. So having lost that weight, now the collagen cannot hold that skin tissue anymore.
Makes sense.
So a lot of people will go for cosmetic surgery to have the skin removed and tucked and tummy tucking and thousands of pounds, things are going wrong and bleeding. But why get to the state of obesity in the first place? I think we all have a brain cell or many brain cells to think what we are doing. So if we are our own caretaker and we don't seem to take care and think twice, I'm going to have this platter of vegetables or shall I go for the beige and the brown burger? I think I'm tired, I'll go for the beige and brown burger, slip it into the oven or pick it up or make a call and it'll be delivered to your door. By the time you're waiting for those 20 minutes for the delivery, you could have easily stirred in a meal for yourself.
Well, that's what you do so well on the health shows. You create this rainbow of foods that is not only delicious to look at, it's nutritionally healthy and delicious to eat. So do catch the Dr. Manjeet Kaur's Cook Show, 7:30 on Wednesdays and 11:30 on Saturday mornings. So are there, talking about stretch marks and talking about getting ourselves in shape, are there things that we can do, better choices that we can make to avoid getting to that situation to start with? And then if we do get to that situation, how do we change our diet to prevent stretch marks getting worse?
Yeah, well, first of all, loss of collagen is aging. You've started aging. These days, by the age of 20, I've seen children with fine lines on their upper brow, and it shows that they are stressed. They're not eating good fats. They're eating a lot of fast foods and stodgy carbs and fried chips, and they think that having a chippy once a week is good enough, or a chippy diet. Make those in your air fryer. You've seen my monster air fryer. It does magic. And then by 30, the elasticin fiber in yours has slowed down further, and that's causing huge amounts of problems with NAS. We've got fat metabolism. We've got youthfulness in NES programming that I do, which is the energetic medicine, bioenergetic medicine of the body. But by the time you're 30, the turnover of the new skin in the cells, which is going to decrease over time. That means because of diet, the aging process has started by 30, sprays and nutrition. But the human responsibility for hastening the process of aging is majorly compromised. We need to look at this and think what we are putting in our mouths, is it justifying the end product, the output of that fuel to your collagen, to your muscle, to your tissue? Is that going to be good enough? Or are you starving yourself? Maybe you think you're spending 80 pounds on food, but those 7 meals in a week, out of which probably only 4 meals have been balanced meals. The rest of those 7 threes are 21 meals plus more grazing through the day, is nutritional value is 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in those times when we fail to make enough collagen, we've got the bad habits of smoking, exposure to sun as well. In question to your answer to your question, without sunscreen, we can't name one. You and I will be talking about that after the show, of something that I use as well, because.
But we can give some guidance. So I mean, with the sunscreens, it's just so important to choose an organic or natural sunscreen. It's the chemical ones that are so commonly available that you really want to avoid.
Titanium oxides, because with aluminiums and carbons, those seriously you need to avoid. Again, you need to enlarge your tube and see the contents in these things are so much, yet we need a basic, I think I'll be quite intrigued, and probably you are now prompting me to make my own sunscreen for sale. I may look into that seriously. I'm already using skin scar and blemish creams. I'm using smoothing of skin. I'm making my own collagen supporting program from internally, skin detox. We've got a whole range of the Ayurveda products which can be given after the call people will make off area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So skin with the sun and exposure to sun, we did mention between 12 and 3 is deadly. But don't forget that if you're not out in the sun rays from the car also.
Some windows, yeah. It's why we find in the UK people age more on the right-hand side, and in left-hand drive country they're more.
Very well said. Yeah. Very well said. You've taken the words out. And then obviously looking at trilight LED therapy that assists in stopping the damage of the skin.
So it can help with anti-aging.
So red light is fantastic for wrinkles, fine lines. So helps to build up collagen and the fibroblasts that help to make the skin plumper and to create it is elasticity. So we are promoting the production of collagen. Amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely. So essentially, we'll come to the diet later, but we're saying high protein, high good fats, and low carbohydrates, and particularly low sugary carbohydrates. Mainly getting carbs from veg and fruit.
Yeah.
So where else in the body do we lose collagen from? So we're thinking about, kind of how can we support through diet getting greater collagen?
Yeah.
Where do we lose it from?
Obviously, various parts of the body, you lose your collagen. Healthier and younger looking skin means youthfulness and elegance. This is why we've titled our show with Ultimate Beauty, and the promo that was run before running these health shows was Ultimate Body Performance with beauty and elegance. That doesn't only mean for women. So a lot of men will be saying, I don't think this show is viable for me. It certainly is, because aging is happening with men more quicker than women, because women seem to be less gender that takes less stress. Because we are also, although I think women take more stress because we are also domestic engineers, aren't we? But we also go out to work. But our mothers showed less age. At the age of 85, my mother certainly did not look wrinkled up, honestly. But let's come to your question, the malfunctioning structure, which is the production of collagen. Systematically, it can cause sclerosis. A very good question you asked about brittle bone disease. Seriously, we've got this collagen and we've got these muscles which are covering our bones like a clothing and helping us to stretch, to pick up, to lift, to bend. We are so flexible that at a young age, you can get a child to even put their legs behind their neck and over their head and arms inside out. They've got like soft green bones, and the muscles can take all that. So, if you ever see in any show a young lady who can go into a little box by 2 feet by 2 feet,
Yes.
Honestly, you have, haven't you? And you certainly think she's like a rubber lady without any bones. So, that really gives me great joy, because I can't even match her. My legs are longer than my arms. So, I can't get them right in the neck. But I think with your yoga, every morning?
I do a good job of it.
Oh, you do? And you do the headstand as well? Give us your secret.
Handstands and float backs and twists and binds.
Headstand without support of the wall?
I do working on now. I've increased to a minute just with no support.
Wow, fantastic. Amazing. Don't you think this body, this machinery, you can make it damn well lazy, or you can actually make it active and for it to give you its maximum performance?
Absolutely.
It's like a car.
If you don't use it, you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
So the key is to have some activity every day, but movement doesn't have to be like elite performance. It can be going for a walk. It can
Swift
be
walk, yeah.
Do what you love most. If you want to dance. I enjoy yoga. I think it's good to do some weight bearing exercise every week for your bones. So it's either lifting body weight or going to the gym. But otherwise, it's about doing what you're passionate about. Because I mean, for me again, I don't like the term diet, because diet suggests a modification that is temporary.
What is
I
with
prefer
diet?
a lifestyle
if you remove the
change.
T, it's die.
Yeah.
D-I-E. Yeah. So by dieting, you might die quicker, or by dieting sensible. I don't like the word diet. I like the word sensible eating, sensible planning, sensible shopping, sensible cooking, sensible way of eating.
Because we're talking about a lifestyle,
yes,
you know, and just making small shifts in our lifestyle. So being active every day, taking some movement. In terms of making sure that we monitor ourselves, one of the most credible measurements that you can ever take for yourself, weight will fluctuate, but one of the most critical measurements you can take for yourself is your belly at your widest point less than half your height?
Yes.
If it's not less than half your height,
yes,
then
get the measuring tape out, folks.
Your risks are skyrocketing.
For diabetes.
All of the sort of metabolic sort of syndrome. So the number one thing is, you know, you can't improve something which you're not measuring. So the number one thing.
Become aware.
Yeah, become aware. Take the tape measure once a week and understand where you are now, so that you can plan and implement changes to be where you want to be.
Yeah.
Some of these are, you know, great choices. We mentioned diet. We're going to spend a little bit more time on diet. So
brittle bone disease, still staying with your question.
Yeah.
A serious problem of osteoporosis and brittle bone disease with women, but also with men.
Yeah.
Where, you know, seriously, you have deprived your body of that good food, and the foods will be touching are so easy for you to pick from the market, but take them for not a week, months and months for this to give you nutrition. You know, don't say you've got fed up of it, because your body needs to remanufacture protein every day.
Look,
it does not store. This is a sad thing. Sometimes I question God that you've kept birth and death very secretive, yet gender choice in the Asian community or the Punjabi community has become a big thing, and aborting a girl child fetus, with about 20 million fetuses have been aborted in India. The boy ratio is 4:1 now. So, you know, we are playing with God's gift. The secret was birth and death. When a child is born, you got to know the weight and you knew the gender. And death has always kept. No doctor can even stop the last breath, maybe giving them a bit of oxygen, but as the body demises, it's ready to go, heavily bored. So we played with this body that God has given. He's a creator of this body. And by having this osteoporosis and joint problems, which is the toughest bone that takes 1,000 degrees to disintegrate when a body is cremated in electric furnaces, you know. And this is when we find that food will and helps to improve collagen.
I mean, what we do know is that if you eat a diet that is primarily acidic, which is animal proteins, most carbohydrates, and you don't have enough veggies and the more alkalizing, you know, proteins, then you're going to strip calcium and other minerals from your bones to buffer down the acidity in your body, which will predispose you to some of these more wear and tear osteoarthritis sort of conditions.
That's serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen overnight. Imagine that during the process that the child is in its mother's fetus, you know, it's growing, and those bones at that time are tender green joints, and they're green bones. But as the child develops from 3 to 8, the bones are getting harder and tougher through good nutrition. Doesn't have to be dairy, calcium. You know, we keep talking about it. I think we're running on the same parallel line, and this is probably why we just glow when one of us sinks with a statement made, and we know that, oh, he's made sense.
Look, you know, we all do the best we can with our current state of knowledge, but one of the things we're all doing is increasing our knowledge every day.
Exactly.
And
it's a learning process. You and I, we haven't said, I'm cleverer than you or you're cleverer than me. We are learning every day. Never shut this book and say, oh, I've become a master in everything. You'll fall down flat on your face one day, some disease strikes, and you'll say, oh, but I never knew about it. Oh, but I never had joint pain before. Oh, but I never had BP before. Nobody's got anything before. It doesn't come with a postcard by the postman to say, oh, hello, tomorrow your cholesterol is going to be high.
Do you know, all transformation happens in the unknown. You know, we don't know sometimes what we don't know.
Yes.
But that's where all the transformation and learning happens.
And this is where we are learning information for you to know what you don't know.
Just to touch on things and to explore more.
Exactly.
But my son now, I mean, look, it wasn't the case for me as a child, but my son now has been on plant-based protein supplements and broad-ranging green supplements every day since he was 4.
Has he shown any problem with growth?
Funny enough, just 2 weeks ago, he was selected to represent his school in athletics, and he's second youngest in his class. And he's 8 now.
So he's an August-born baby.
July, late July.
Okay.
But he got selected to represent his school. They actually won this. 7 schools competed. They won the whole competition. But he was the one person selected to do the solo event. And despite being the second youngest in his group, he was selected to represent the school, and he won the whole championship. And you know, he's stunning in maths as well. But this is hopefully about parenting as well. But it's also about consistently. I mean, he has his omega oils, the coconut, the olive oil. He has the plant-based proteins, the broad-ranging greens every day.
There you are. But into the second show, you've heard this from Felix himself, that his child has not been deprived from, you know, he's not having the fast foods and the fatty meats and the burgers. But stay tuned into the second half. How are we going to protect our collagen? And also with the LED trilight therapy, stay young, stay beautiful, stay elegant, but stay tuned into the second half of my show.